interesting that the Indy 500 decided to do what the WNBA refuses to do, and that's make Caitlin Clark the face of their organization. So you may have seen the other day that the WNBA were promoting, I guess, a triple header, a bunch of games.
They didn't use her.
And when it came to the Indiana Fever game, they chose a player averaging 1 point a game and not Caitlin Clark, who's averaging like 28 points a game.
Or Leah Boston, former first overall pick.
They decided to stab her in the back again.
Man.
Caitlin Clark just rolled up to the Indy 500 and shut the whole racetrack down. Not a single car moved. The crowd completely lost their minds. Grown men were screaming, and the internet is still trying to recover. Was it the anthem, a half-court shot? Or did she casually create the greatest sports moment of the year? What happened next had everybody stunned.
Now, despite there not being any basketball going on, Caitlin Clark has found her way back in the media. Today, she is at the Indy 500 to be the Grand Marshal. And you know Caitlin Clark came out in a grand style, man. Thousands of fans literally is at the Indy 500, and Caitlin Clark shut the place down. Now, videos is starting to come out online, pictures, and we finna react to it all. Our girl Caitlin Clark put on a spectacular performance last time she played.
Even with no basketball being played right now, Caitlin Clark is still dominating the headlines. This time she pulled up to the Indy 500 as the Grand Marshal, and the moment she arrived, the entire place went crazy. Thousands of fans packed the event. Videos and pictures instantly started blowing up online, and Caitlin completely stole the show with her superstar entrance. We're about to react to all of it because once again she proved why she's one of the biggest names in sports right now after the incredible performance she put on in her last game.
They hate Caitlin Clark.
Yeah, I know
the Indy
why.
500 came out and said, we'd like you to be our Grand Marshal. So Caitlin Clark can be the face of the Indy 500, but cannot be the face of the WNBA. Make that make sense.
I'll tell you how it makes sense.
Oh, that's right. They hate her maybe because she's, I don't know, a straight white woman?
Yeah.
Is that possible?
That's not why.
Is that possible?
Paige Beckers is a better player. Here's why.
Is that possible?
She's not complaining to the refs nonstop with them.
Did you know one basketball player could walk into the biggest race in America and become louder than 33 engines firing at the same time? That's exactly what happened when Caitlin Clark arrived at the Indianapolis 500. The second she showed up, the entire atmosphere changed, turning one of the most iconic racing events in the world into pure fan chaos and complete hysteria.
She was 22, 2-9, man. Just a lit weekend for Caitlin Clark. Now, we do know her parents. It was rumored that her parents, her aunts and uncles, and everybody came in from out of town for this moment. There was Caitlin with thousands of fans at the Indy 500.
Hey, it's Caitlin. I'm here at the Indy 500 with all my friends. Excited to be here. First time.
So this is her first time there. And yeah, man, Lexi Hall looked like she came to show support with Caitlin Clark.
She stepped into the role with a kind of effortless swagger that makes it obvious Caitlin Clark is no longer just a basketball player. She has become a full-blown cultural phenomenon, and major events are smart enough to embrace her star power before somebody else does.
Man, the takeover is underway. Caitlin Clark taking over at the Indy 500. Take a look at this here. A woman of the people. See, now I gotta go to an Indy 500 to see what's really going on. I gotta go to one now. Indy 500 and F1 is on my list.
This was Caitlin Clark's first time at the Indy 500, and she showed up like a true superstar. Even Lexi Hull looked like she came through to support her teammate, as the cameras followed them everywhere they went. Giving Caitlin Clark the keys to the Indy 500 was never just some random PR move. It was a clear sign that her influence now reaches far beyond basketball. From packed arenas to one of the biggest racing events in America, Caitlin Clark continues to prove she can command attention anywhere she goes. And the moment Caitlin Clark stepped into the spotlight, the entire crowd exploded. This wasn't some quiet celebrity appearance with polite applause. This was absolute chaos. Security lines stretched forever. Autograph requests came from every direction, and thousands of phones lit up the track like a giant spotlight in the sky. The craziest part was how natural it all felt. Nothing looked forced or staged. It was pure star power colliding with fans who were desperate for something exciting. Before the race even started, Caitlin Clark had already stolen the entire show, and the internet instantly lost its mind as clips, reactions, and crowd eruptions flooded social media in real time. Grown adults were reacting like they had never seen a celebrity before, and honestly, maybe they hadn't seen anything quite like Caitlin Clark. She operates on a completely different level, pulling in not just basketball fans, but families, casual viewers, curious newcomers, and even lifelong racing fans who suddenly found themselves chanting her name between roaring engines. And while Caitlin continues turning massive events into her own personal stage, not everyone around her seems thrilled watching it happen. Angel Reese undeniably has talent, but Caitlin's fan base is on another level entirely. Her supporters don't just show up. They take over arenas, flood social media, travel across the country, and scream themselves hoarse for a player whose energy, confidence, and style of play feel truly once in a generation.
Multiple 20-plus, 30-point games and all these assists leading your team. You can do off the court shit like this in the middle of this season, and it's cool because Clark is a hooper and she can make layups. It's great to see Clark out here represent. I think she said this is her first time doing it, but it's great because, like I say, with the NASCAR, the race car shit, they've been putting Clark's picture on some of the cars. That's dope to be represented like that as an athlete, especially for women's sports. Just growing the game, man. We love you.
Angel Reese has a loyal fan base, no doubt about it. But it doesn't quite reach the level where entire events start revolving around her presence the way they do with Caitlin Clark. That kind of star power is incredibly rare, and right now Caitlin seems to carry it everywhere she goes. The contrast becomes even more obvious when you look at the Indiana Fever, because the moment Caitlin steps outside the basketball world, whether it's the Indy 500 or any major event, the spotlight follows her instantly. She has become the main attraction, the engine driving attention everywhere she appears. Yet she handles all of it with a calm confidence that makes the chaos around her seem effortless. Her family continues, supporting her every step of the way. And even teammate Lexi Hull showed up, reminding everyone that behind the superstar image is still a grounded person, surrounded by people who genuinely care about her success. And honestly, looking at everything she brings to the league, it's fair to ask whether the WNBA is truly doing enough to support and protect its biggest star.
Let me start off by saying this. The WNBA is failing Caitlin Clark. It just is what it is. And if you guys want to sit here and there's people who are going to come into my comments and say, oh my God, here you are, black woman, caping for this white girl. I am. I'm putting the cape on for her because
That's the first thing they say. That's the first thing they say. Oh, well, you're black. Why are you defending her? That's the first thing they always gonna say.
It has to be said, and I have to call it out and call it for what it is. It is starting to become evident. I'm somebody who knows.
What separates Caitlin Clark from so many rising stars is her rare cross-demographic appeal in a world that's usually divided into niche audiences. She isn't just popular with basketball fans in the Midwest. She connects with people who have never even watched a WNBA game before. Even racing fans who normally wouldn't care about women's basketball suddenly found themselves paying attention just because she was there. Kids, parents, grandparents, men and women from completely different backgrounds all seem to lock in on her, because watching her feels electric no matter who you are. And the funny part is how some people still try to downplay it, as if the impact is exaggerated or temporary, like the crowds at the Indy 500 didn't just react in real time. But the numbers keep backing it up. Ticket sales, TV ratings, merchandise, and social media engagement all rise when Caitlin Clark is involved, and that pattern